Hi, my name is Mrs. Crow. And has a teacher ever asked you to infer something or to make an inference using some things that she has given you? Well, today we are going to learn about inferring, but we are going to use dirt bikes. And at the end, if you complete my challenge, you can win one of these awesome rubber bands. So, how do you infer? Use what you know, use what you have read or seen. So, what can you infer about this picture? Well, if you look at it, you see Eli Tomac holding up the number one finger on a podium. So, what could you infer about that? There's no caption. We're not sure exactly what happened, but we know that if you win, you hold up your number one finger. Normally, people who get second or third are not holding up their number one finger. If you're on the podium, you know that you've probably did very well in that race. So we can infer that Eli Tomac has won this moto or this overall if it was 2 races that he had won. What is the difference between inference versus prediction? Well, prediction is guessing what will happen next, and then the story tells you. Example, I predict that Ken Roczen will win St. Louis Supercross race. Then I watch the race and I see who wins. If he won, then my prediction is correct. If he didn't win, then my prediction was not correct. An inference is a conclusion reached using evidence from the story or picture and reasoning. So what that means, if we see Ken Roczen and he's smiling and he looks like he's having a great day and he hits the fastest qualifier, we know Ken Roczen was feeling very good that day. So infer or caption this. You'll see things like this on Instagram. So Christian Craig posted this on his Instagram, and this is a great example of inferencing. He put, "What do you think I was showing Carson Mumford in this picture?" Well, everything that we say, or anybody that people comment, that means that that's an inference. He never tells us if it is correct or not. But you can infer that whatever they're looking at is funny because they are smiling. So we can infer using pictures, or caption this, using this picture. What do you think happened to the rider in blue? You can see that there's dust around him. You can see there's a person in front of him. And you can see that he doesn't look like he's on the bike going the right direction. So using what we know, dirt bikes should be upright to ride them. The dirt bike is not facing the correct way. It looks like the bike is going off of the track. So my guess is he probably crashed. So if you thought that, you were correct. You could also infer that the orange rider may have knocked him down as he was going by, or her going by. So these are things that when you are inferring, it doesn't come out and tell you. You're just using what you know and what you see. Infer using this picture. What can you infer from here? That is me on my bike. I see a checkered flag. I know that the checkered flag signals the end of the race and or you could be winning. So I infer that the dirt bike racer won the race, which I will tell you, if you inferred that, you are correct. This was a race that I raced back a couple years ago at a fair race. So inferring with text is a little differently. You're different. You don't see a picture. You have to have that picture in your head when you read it. So our first thing, Mrs. Crow loves to incorporate dirt bikes into her lessons in teaching. Our inference is, Mrs. Crow loves dirt bikes. So let's try one. He gets paid from Geico Honda to race his dirt bike. What do you think the inference is? If you think that he is a professional racer, you're probably correct. She has a microphone and a headset on looking at the camera at this race. What could we infer from this? She's probably an announcer for the race. They normally don't let fans put headsets on and talk to the camera. So let's look at this story. Eli Tomac led every lap of the main event until he tipped over in the last corner of the race. 2 racers went by him, and Eli crossed the finish line in third. Eli stood at the podium with a frown. What can we infer from this? We're not sure, but we know that he had led every lap, so that means he was in first place. 2 racers went by him when they crossed the finish line in third. So Eli He's probably disappointed in his race result if he led every lap until right at the last corner. Here's another one. Dean Wilson has a dirt bike giveaway contest this year. Mom and Dad helped sign you up for the contest. 2 months later, you are walking outside to go to school and you see a truck with a brand new dirt bike in it. As you are looking at the dirt bike, you notice Dean Wilson stepping out of the truck. What can we infer? Well, we can probably infer that you won the giveaway and you just won a brand new bike from Dean Wilson. So here's your chance to win one of these cool rubber bands. There's different colors. You can pick which color that you would like. So, Rayson is in the back seat of the Toyota truck. Earlier this morning, he watched his parents load up his dirt bike in the bed of the truck. He is looking out of the window and notices that they are slowing down. He watches his dad roll down the window and sign some papers and then give the woman some money. They continue on this dirt road until they pull up next to some trucks he recognizes. Rayson gets out and he can smell dirt. He starts putting his riding gear on and his helmet while his mom starts up his dirt bike. If you comment your inference for If you comment your inference for a chance to win, you can comment on my YouTube page or you can go to my Instagram page and you can DM me, and it is at DirtBikeTeacherCrow. If you have any questions at all, please contact me via Instagram. My username is at DirtBikeTeacherCrow. Videos, please let me know those as well. I am always here to help you. Thank you.